Welcome back to Bad Attitude C-10. Today I'm playing with some new gadgets I picked up online. I bought me a webcam and a microphone to where I could start doing my intros for my videos indoors in the AC instead of out in that hot ass shop. During the battle with the oil pan, I ended up taking a few breaks, and I'd gotten my intake back from Dave Basher over at Mattress Outlet, who had borrowed it because it's a two-piece intake, so it bolts together and there's a flange on the bottom, and it hangs real low and almost touches the valley pan. So they're trying to make a universal, kind of like a one-size-fits-all steam port kit, and with my intake hanging that low, he asked if he could borrow it. So I went on ahead and, yanked it off the motor and took it over there and let him borrow it. Well, it is back, and he also did one modification to my steam port kit to give me a tube that comes off of it instead of having it to where I'd have to put like a clamp on the hose going from it back into my water system. It has a B nut, so now I can just use fittings and an AN line, so that's kind of cool. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and reinstall this. Nothing special, y'all seen it before, but I'm just going to throw it on there and let y'all see what it came out like, and we'll go from there. Well, I started out by removing a smaller fitting from my distribution block so I could install the larger one to fit our new hardline. Now guys, since this is a pipe thread fitting that we're about to install, we did utilize thread sealer. I did have to remove one of the B nuts off of one of the other hard lines to allow my AN wrench to fit the new fitting so it could be tightened up to spec. With the fitting now installed, I replaced the B nut and double checked all the other fittings to make sure nothing came loose. I then installed our new hardline, which had B nuts on both ends, which would allow us to install a fitting and an AN hose instead of an ungodly clamp. I then did a quick wipe down and removed all the towels from the intake runners on the heads. I got a magnet and went on ahead and double checked, even though all the ports were plugged up, to make sure no hardware like a stray nut or a bolt ended up on top of one of my valves. Just being safe, guys. And no guys, I did not forget to put any gasket on the intake. They are actually O-ring style seals that are inside the intake itself. So they were there and it will seal. Now, with us installing the metal bolts into the aluminum head surface, we will be using anti-seize as normal. I then snugged all the bolts up using an electric ratchet, and when I went to do the first run on the torque of these bolts, I found out that my inch-pound torque wrench clicker evidently no longer works. And after the day I had with the oil pan not wanting to fit and everything else, I was done. So I just wrapped the engine up and punted. So catch you in a minute. So after a good night's sleep and a trip to Harbor Freight to buy me a new trusty inch-pound torque wrench, I went on ahead and ran the bolts down to their first pass of torque, which is 44 inch-pounds. I then adjusted the torque wrench to make my second pass on the intake bolts, which is at 89 inch-pounds. And after completing the sequence, I'd go ahead and double check them all and button it up. So there she is, looking like an engine again, which at least I got some progress done. Here you can actually see how low the flange sits on the valley pan of this motor and how close the distribution block is to the hard lines. So, hands on, intake's back on. I'm ready to get started on my chassis and start getting this bitch together. So, until next time, please like and subscribe.